Greetings. We are the Arcturian Council of 12. We are appreciative for this opportunity to come together to allow the understanding of love to permeate throughout all willing hearts. Our transmission today is regarding what happens when you die. We will also explain how this affects the ascension cycle ending. Let us begin with the following statement. There is life after your physical vessel stops. There is life after death. This statement is more true than you can possibly understand, dear ones. For what you experience in physical third-dimensional form is more death than it is life. Once you leave your physical vessel, you will see the true life that exists infinitely. For third-dimensional form is limiting. It is almost what you could consider to be a testing ground for comprehension. Let us explain. How do you know anything unless you have experienced it? And how do you know if you have experienced it until you have experienced the opposite of it? True life, that which has no physical form, does not provide the same type of experiences. Thus, it is a long process to learn anything. If one has a desire to learn, then one needs to experience something that points out what needs to be understood more. Let us provide to you an example. You could understand the concept of being a highly skilled chef by knowing, in theory, how to cook beautifully. However, unless you actually try cooking, you will never know if you fully understand all of the nuances required to be an exquisite chef. Once you try it out, you then can see all of the areas of the concept that you need to practice and work on. Hence, your reincarnations upon Earth. You understood the concept of self-actualization through love. But unless you actually give it a try, you will never know if you fully understand it. As you can see, the reasons for your many multiple incarnations upon Earth is because you underestimated all of the nuances of self-actualization through love upon Earth. You understood the concept of being a master chef, but you did not realize how intricate it was. At any point in time upon any of your incarnations, if you had reached the mastery level of self-actualization through love, you could have chosen to ascend by taking your body with you. For at that point, you understand how perfect your body is, and you then have mastery over its vibratory state, thereby allowing yourself to vibrate into other frequencies, coming and going out of physical expression at will. For you see, dear ones, death of the physical body is a choice. It is not required, but it is such an overwhelmingly agreed upon rule that very few choose to move past the rule. Those who do are called masters. For those who do choose to allow their physical vessel to perish, the soul that was using the vessel will do one of four things. 1. They will believe in heaven and that they deserve to go there, so they will experience what they think heaven would be like for a short duration. 2. They will believe in hell and that they deserve to go there, so they will experience what they think hell would be like for a short duration. 3. They will believe in nothingness, so they will experience what they think nothingness would be like for a short duration. And 4. They have a different view of what happens when they die, so they will experience that different view for a short duration. As you can see, dear ones, you will experience whatever it is you believe. If you believe you will be met and guided by archangels, then you will. If you believe you will be met and guided by loved ones, then you will. As such, we ask you to make your belief system the most enjoyable you can. What happens after the short duration of the preconceived notion of an afterlife? These self-imposed veils will be lifted and the soul will remember how alive they truly are without a physical body. It is at this point that they will be guided to what can best be described to you as the ultimate healing and spa center. For it is here that all of these self-imposed beliefs that did not serve you will be removed, and you will be able to see all that occurred while in physical form and understand where your misunderstandings occurred. After this experience of healing, it is then decided by the soul and by many counsels and guides as to what would be for that soul's highest good. Some return quite quickly to a physical body upon earth. Some remain as guides in non-physical for others who are in physical form. It is completely dependent upon what lessons, if any, need to be experienced in physical form, and if there is a specific scenario that is readily available for you, or if you need to wait a while. Let us briefly describe what happens at the moment of your physical vessel stopping. You, as a soul, have a choice to either leave your physical body before it stops working, or to experience for an extremely brief moment the stopping of the physical body. Let us express to you that this is a choice completely and totally within your control, even at this very moment. If you want to leave your physical body prior to it stopping working, then plan that outcome. If you think it would be interesting to be for an extremely brief moment in that body after it stopped working, then plan that outcome. Generally, most souls have decided to leave their physical bodies before any discomfort to the physical body is experienced. After all, dear ones, if there is no learning benefit from experiencing the final discomfort, then why experience it? Only those who believe they deserve discomfort will experience discomfort. There are very few that become lost or confused and do not fully understand that they are not in a physical body anymore. Eventually, they will allow their veil of confusion to fall and thus allow their transportation to a healing center. This brings up the concept of humans while in a state you call a coma. There is no soul in that body while it is in a coma. Just like there is no soul in the body when it is sleeping at nighttime. There is an etheric cord the soul uses to stay connected to the physical body, but when the physical body is in a state of unconsciousness, then the soul leaves the body. Is it possible for other entities to enter the physical body when the soul is not there? Yes, it is possible, but only if the soul has given permission, or shall we also say has failed to decline permission, for it is usually by omission where the lower vibrational entities find their loopholes to anchor to a physical body. You, a light bearer, a light worker, a service to others being, have complete authority to remove the lower vibrational entity if it has attached to a physical body. What does it feel like to die? We can answer that for you, dear ones, with another question. What does it feel like to fall asleep? Or what does it feel like to daydream? Or what does it feel like to relax into a meditation? Can you define the exact moment that you have fallen asleep? Or does it happen so easily and calmly and perfectly that it is a beautiful, blissful moment? Dear ones, we love you so much. Let us now explain how this process changes with your ascension cycle ending. Let us begin by strongly urging your attention to the fact that we are speaking in very general terms, and our words are not to be taken verbatim, but instead as a general, basic understanding. Firstly, star seeds. You will be ascending first, for the majority of you have agreed to return home once you are done this lifetime upon Earth. You will either have reached the point of mastery, thus taking your body with you through the activation of your light body, or you will have accumulated a little resistance in your dealings upon Earth, thus causing you to hold on to some concepts that limited your energetic journey, and thereby choosing to have your physical vessel stop working at your chosen point in time, thus allowing you a brief time within the healing center prior to you returning home. Next, the group of humans who lived by the golden rule for the majority of their incarnations upon Earth. All will require time within the healing center after leaving their physical bodies. The duration of the healing center will depend upon the strength of their belief system as to their version of an afterlife. At that point, it will be decided by the soul and with the guidance of councils and guides as to whether or not they have evolved their state of consciousness regarding love far enough to be elevated to a spiritual body upon the new earth of fifth dimension. If it is decided a little more time is required to fine-tune the concept, then a limited number of reincarnations will occur upon current Earth. After each incarnation, another brief time within the healing center will occur, and then again an assessment as to whether the understanding of love has been attained to graduate to a higher frequency being. Finally, the majority of the human population upon Earth will be requiring another evolutionary cycle upon another third-dimensional planet. Most humans upon Earth live a very unconscious life and have for the majority of their incarnations. Most humans do not ponder, they only react. Most humans have no drive, only to function. Most humans follow, very few lead. Most humans have barely evolved during this evolutionary cycle. There is no judgment here whatsoever from any of us, dear ones, for evolving one's consciousness within the confines of your extremely, and we repeat, extremely hindered physical experiences is not to be underestimated. For the origins of humanity upon Earth was that primarily of those who were required to leave their homeworlds, either due to destroying their worlds or the natural environments were uninhabitable. The origins of humanity was not primarily a service to others mentality. No other world has had such a diverse background of souls requiring incarnations. Considering what humanity has come from and what it has been subjected to, it is understandable that most will need a repeating of this grade, so to speak. But it is due to the starseeds who chose to come to Earth to raise the light quotient high enough to allow the ascension to take place for Gaia. For without your light, she would not have been able to evolve. Even though most of humanity will need to repeat upon another planet, you, dear wonderful starseeds, allowed Gaia the freedom to evolve and to continue the beautiful and perfect cycle of ascension energy. Without your help, she was on a course that she could not alter, that of being destroyed like her sister and brother. But with your service to others' unconditional love, you chose to bring your light and give her the strength she needed to evolve. Dear beautiful starseeds, what is your mission now that you have fulfilled your primary mission of bringing light to allow the ascension to occur? Your mission is to show as many other humans as you can how to become masters. Show them how to manifest. Show humanity how to live in a perpetual state of love. Show humanity how to live in a perpetual state of compassion. Show humanity how to live in a perpetual state of service to others. Show humanity what new earth will be. It is safe to show yourselves now. The dark is unable to affect the light in the way it used to. The dark still attacks the light, especially now out of desperation. But dear ones, you are safe. Shine your light. Let others see what is possible with love as your guiding force. We leave you now in the love and the light of the one infinite Creator, Adonai.